Ambassador Nicolas Berlanga Martinez, and me, the Minister of Planning and National Development of the Republic of Somaliland. Today, we are sharing with presentation from the Ambassador on the occasion of Yurub Day 2020 regarding the assistance the European Union provides Somaliland as of 2020 and onwards. So we are here to hear from the Ambassador Nicolas Berlanga to take us through this program. I welcome Ambassador to this event. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you very much, Minister. Good morning, Honorable President of Somaliland. I'm very happy that you accept this invitation to share with us Europe Day 2020. I'm sorry to make you adapt to this new normality, to this new situation in which we have to meet via internet, but we have to optimize and do the best for us, for Somaliland, for Europe, and also we have to recognize that this allows us to be closer to our people, because there are people now connected with us this morning. But anyway, I would really like to start by thanking you a lot for being with us. You know how with admiration we look at what you have done, what Somaliland has done for the last 30 years, the path of peace and prosperity that you managed to build yourself. And it is based on this admiration that we look at you with a special consideration and always very attentive to be as close as possible with you and with the needs of your people. And our development aid is one of our components, you know, and we are very active in different fields, from infrastructure to local development, to work with the civil society, education, and others. But I would like to say that the best that we get from you, it is not the solidarity that we may share. The best we get from you is that you managed to change the image that we had about this part of the world, the image we have in Europe before about the part of the world. The people, when they look at you, when they look at this part of the world, they see conflicts, problems, wars, other issues. But you managed to create this space of peace and prosperity. You managed to show that the destinies of nations, destinies of societies are based on the will of their citizens, on the will of their men and women, on the will of their leaders. And that is why, Mr. President, we are so active working with you in favor of local and parliamentary elections. And that's why we really thank you for your leadership, for the dialogue that you are managing with other political leaders in favor of those elections. I mean, we do that because we want you to continue being an example for you and for the region, to continue being a space for the young people, for your young generation to be part of the political process. We have learned, as today is the Europe Day, allow me also to have a look of the lessons that we are taking also from our own history. A history that you know very well, Mr. President. At some moment of your life, I know that you were educated also in this part of the world, close to Europe, and you saw the division produced by wars. And I think the lesson we can take from that is how the European Union has managed for the last 70 years to make borders irrelevant. In the 21st century, in this globalized world, citizens, business people, people from the culture, they don't carry a border on their shoulders. They have aspirations for their families. They want to create jobs and prosperity for all. That's why they are expecting from their leaders the commitment to find solutions to their problems, for them to continue working and for them to continue, as I said, fulfilling the aspirations for their sons and for their people working with them. In the EU, we have learned for the last 70 years that the bad agreement is always better than the good war. We have learned that whenever there is a will, agreements could be achieved. And I wanted to share with you this morning, Mr. President, that you can count on us as a credible, as a prudent, as a reliable partner for you to have this will to reach agreements. Agreements should not be predetermined from the beginning. Agreements should be built in confidence and should be built over the time. And they have different forms. And if we look again to the history of Europe, as you know, for example, we have a common currency called the euro, and this currency is now, for the moment, has not been adopted by all our EU member states. It means that we can do things that even not all of them are part of them. We have also another issues, like, for example, a free space of movement called the Schengen area, and there are also non-EU member states that belong to it. So again, let me repeat, when there is a will, agreements can be achieved. And definitely, we will be very happy, Mr. President, to contribute to this kind of willingness to get agreements. And you know how strong and how we are committed to that peaceful resolution of conflicts. Mr. President, to share with you, to organize with you Europe Day 2020 is a sign of friendship, and it's also a sign of commitment, a sign of engagement with your future, because we believe that the future of Somaliland is also part of the future of Europe. And we are in favor of common solutions to global problems. We are in favor of anything that could come through negotiation and dialogue. Mr. President, thank you very much. Thank you very much for accepting this new way to celebrate Europe Day 2020. We are very proud of the partnership we have with Somaliland, and you can be sure that we will continue investing all of our energies to enrich, to improve, to raise the quality and the quantity of this partnership. Many thanks again, and have a very nice Europe Day with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Ambassador Nikolai, Honorable Minister Hassan Mohammed, nice to meet you all, everyone here. On 9 May 1950, Human Declaration opened the way of what is now the European Union. All inside borders disappeared in Europe and built up bridges through trade, education, common currency, and etc. Europe Day symbolizes the political and economic operation of Europe, which would make war between Europe's nations unthinkable. Today, where nobody is thinking about a war in Europe. On behalf of the government of the people of the Republic of Somaliland, I would like to congratulate the European Union and the EU member states on the occasion of the celebration of the Europe Day in 2020. Happy Europe Day to all European Union citizens. The idea behind the European Union is not only a noble one, but a worthy example for the continents to follow, including our continent, Africa. In these unusual times, our hearts and thoughts are with the people of Europe and their governments and institutions as they fight against the coronavirus and take actions to mitigate the socio-economic impact of the virus and sustain the economies and jobs of the European citizens. Somalia shares similar values with the European Union, including democracy, rule of law, respect for the human rights. European Union is a long-time partner and supporter of Somalia in both security sector and development. As a sovereign state, the Republic of Somalia, we should like to cement this long-term bilateral relationship based on common values and mutual respect, take it to the next level, where the citizens of Somaliland Republic and Europe can enjoy equally. We are thankful, especially Ambassador McGrath, his endeavor to support Somaliland in many fields. Thank you that you have came to Hargeisa many times, even sometimes to negotiate between our partners. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. I think unless the ambassador wants to say any further words, shall we call off this conference? Ambassador. Hello, Ambassador.
No, I just wanted to thank again, and Mr. President, I look forward to meet you again in Hargeisa as soon as possible. Again, thank you for accepting this very peculiar way of communicating today. We are very proud of the partnership we have with you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. This is the end of this conference. We thank you all.